They are soldiers like no other. They are warriors of consummate skill, of uncommon valor. They push excellence and gallantry to the cutting edge. Grizzled and gritty, they pursue mission upon perilous mission. To this fierce breed of men, no task is too formidable. It is there to be done. Efficiently, effectively. They are the few, the proud, the Philippine Marines. An organic part of the Philippine Navy, the Marines are the rapid deployment strike force of the armed forces of the Philippines. In an archipelagic nation like the Philippines, with thousands of kilometers of vulnerable coastline, the Marines play a vital role. No force is better poised to assault the enemy, be they insurgents, terrorists, invaders, or criminal bands who seek refuge in the nation's remote islands. The Marines' primary mission is to strike deliberately and decisively in amphibious assault operations. Alongside this, the Marines provide security on naval bases and stations, as well as other government installations. Their fighting prowess, unflinching loyalty, and operational effectiveness are such that the safety of key Philippine officials and foreign dignitaries are often placed in the hands of the Philippine Marines. A high level of public trust also makes the Marines a natural choice to perform a variety of tasks. From safeguarding democratic processes to saving endangered lives in times of calamity. From its inception, the Marines were conceived as a highly mobile and lightning-fast strike force. At the height of the Hukbalahab threat following the Second World War, then Defense Secretary Ramon Magsaysay initiated the formation of the Marines to stem the tide of insurgency. AFP General Order Number 319, issued on November 2, 1950, paved the way for the organization of the Philippine Marine A Company. With the corps of volunteers seasoned by the war and led by Lieutenant Manuel Gomez of the Philippine Navy, the 1st Philippine Marine Company launched its first amphibious assault on April 19, 1951 at Umiray, Quezon. After 2 months, the elite fighting force got its baptism of fire in its first major encounter in Nueva Ecija. A few years later, the Marines successfully hunted down the slippery Muslim rebel Haji Kamlon in the Sulu Sea frontier. From then on, there was no stopping the Marines. With each passing decade, they waged campaign after critical campaign to help turn the tide against the Hooks, the New People's Army, and various factions of Muslim secessionists, and to neutralize heavily armed bands of terrorists. As the Marines expanded their functions, developed their unmatched brand of warfare, nurtured their unique culture, and earned the nation's confidence through the years, the company grew into a battalion, and subsequently into a brigade, and into what is now known as the Philippine Marine Corps. To a large extent, the present-day Marines remain true to their initial calling, a lean and mean strike force on constant alert, one with a proud tradition that rings loud and clear across the Corps. Today, the Philippine Marines are made up of 3 rifle brigades and 10 battalion landing teams deployed in critical pockets of the archipelago. The Marine Battalion landing teams comprise the primary operating forces of each brigade. To enhance its assault capabilities, every battalion has its complement of artillery and armored units, plus support elements such as scout snipers. The big guns soften well-entrenched enemy positions for attack, while light armored vehicles function as modern-day battering rams, prying open deep enemy layers for assaulting Marine troops. The The reconnaissance elements, masters of camouflage and deception, exploit the natural terrain to gain prime offensive positions. A Force Recon Battalion, ready to strike by sea, air, or land, serves as the eyes and ears of the unit commanders. Its highly trained operatives survey every attack landscape, pinpointing optimum strike zones and clearing the field of mines, booby traps, and other obstacles. Whenever necessary, the Philippine Marine Ready Force is mobilized. On very short notice, it is able to organize, merge, integrate, and launch amphibious attacks. Its flexible, open-ended structure allows it to tap resources from different units of the Navy or the Armed Forces. Enabling the operating units to do their job effectively are the Philippine Marine Corps Vital Support Units. The combat and service support units man the high-caliber weapons that reinforce marine warfare operations. The unit's efforts have often been dubbed as the deciding factor in encounters, allowing the Marines to accomplish missions while keeping losses to a minimum. These units handle fundamental concerns such as artillery, armor, communication, transportation, and health. The Headquarters Battalion, on the other hand, oversees the operational and administrative control network of the Philippine Marines. This includes the military police and the renowned drum and bugle team. On another front, the Marine Security and Escort Group provides protection to naval installations, local and foreign dignitaries, and select national shrines and facilities. To complement the regular Marine forces, a reservist group consisting of 1 brigade of 2 battalions has been trained for combat and non-combat duty, should the need arise for their services. Compared to the rest of the armed forces, the Philippine Marine Corps is a small fighting unit. Yet, in times and places where the odds appear formidable, even insurmountable, the Marines are first in line to be called. The reliability of the Marines is due in large measure to the compactness of its organization. This has bred a unique culture that emphasizes rigorous training, discipline, and brotherhood. Imparting that culture begins here at the Marine Training Camp. From the very first day, the young recruit immediately learns what it takes to be a Marine. The basic training course instills the fundamentals necessary for warfare and survival. Trained to move as part of a small unit with just enough logistics and backup support, every Marine learns to fight efficiently, planning every attack meticulously, using ammunition and other resources wisely.
Ang talagang mahirap na period dito yung unang buwan namin. Dahil dito talaga minomold kami ng drill instructors namin. Natanggalin yung civilian antics namin. Dito pumapasok na sa isip namin yung kapatiran, yung samahan. Dito na talaga yung brotherhood talaga namin tumitindi.
The rigors and the will to pass the training regimen not only toughen the individual, but also make him cognizant of the need for his brother in arms. Training as a compact unit fosters the creation of a strong bond among soldiers. One that will give every Marine absolute faith in his comrade in arms, that come what may, one will never be alone. This sense of brotherhood, along with an iron discipline, a unique esprit de corps, and solid teamwork, are underscored constantly until they run through the veins of every Marine.
Bilang isang drill instructor, kinakailangan araw-araw mong i-motivate yung kandidatong sundalo. Walang pagkakaiba sa training ng ibang unit. Siguro mas mataas lang yung standard namin dito sa Marines. Kung paano namin i-implement yung pang-araw-araw nila na ginagawa.
Principles and competencies are further honed through training exercises with other AFP units and with brother Marines from other nations. These values and skills surface during actual operations, in their family life, in their interaction with communities, and even in their sports and leisure activities. The core strength of the Marine character has carried the Corps through countless victories in the battlefield, and in many instances have spelled survival and triumph over adversity for individual Marines.
Ako ngayon nandito, buhay, nakaligtas sa mga anumang disgrasya. Dahil sa tulong din ng aking mga kasamahan. Hindi ko magawa yung isang operasyon kung mag-isa lang ako. Nandoon sila sa tabi ko, sa harapan, sa likod. Nandun kami lahat, sama-sama. Kaya nandito kami. Nakakatulong sa amin yung tinuturo sa amin nung kami ay mga trainee pa lang. Kaya maganda ang samahan sa Marines. Kahit kukunti lang kami.
Focused, well-trained, battle-ready. A united force with unwavering faith in the readiness and support of each other, and committed to the defense and security of the nation. From that pioneering company of 6 officers and 230 enlisted personnel to the present force, the proud tradition of the Corps lives on, passing from one generation to another, an unwavering commitment to excellence, discipline, brotherhood, and loyal service to the nation. At every critical juncture of the Philippines' recent history, when national security and sovereignty seemed at great risk, the Marines have stepped forward, leaving their indelible stamp of bravery and fighting prowess. As the Marines have brought the profession of arms to the cutting edge, they have given the Filipino faith in their abilities and strengths to move forward as one nation in an atmosphere of confidence, security, and enduring peace.